Hello there and welcome. In this video, I'm going to teach you how you can design awesome ebook covers using Leonardo Phoenix and Canva Magic Studio. So let's get right into it. Now, let's say, for example, we take a book from these, for instance, The Art of Seducing a Cowboy, and I'm going to copy this particular title, and I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to say, look, describe the best, most interesting ebook cover for this book. And at the end of it, I'm going to say, and make sure to describe it as if you are looking at it. It must be bestseller quality design. Describe everything, including text on the book, author name, and etc. Right. So, and by the way, you can specify the author name. So if you want to use a specific author name, just let it know the author name is X. Now here it says cover description as you gaze, you're immediately drawn. Oh, all right. So, okay, now this is a pretty good description. But now I'm going to say, look, make it more catchy, intriguing, bold, dramatic, to grab attention. As you know, a book cover is everything. Now I'm going to let it describe it one more time, but this time around, after it describes it, I'm going to ask it to turn it into a prompt that I can use to generate this cover. So I'm going to say, turn it into a prompt that I can use in Leonardo AI to generate this ebook cover design. And I'm going to say make sure to never use the words ebook cover or 3D mock-up. I'm going to say just describe it as a design. Describe what you see. So almost making ChatGPT look in the future and see what would be the possible best-selling book cover for this. Now you can see it says, okay, so stunning book design. Now that's good, but I'm going to say, look, do not use the word book as well. It's a design, right? It's a design. And what I will say is basically do not make the prompt very complex. Focus on putting as much detail in as short and effective words. This is a prompt, not an essay. Trying to get into the head of ChatGPT is that this is just a prompt, and we've done it gradually. So I didn't ask it to do everything from the beginning because I know it wouldn't do it. Now, I can decide to just copy like this without reading into it, and then going to Leonardo AI, our tool of choice. And then you need to go, and you can see here that Leonardo AI is capable of some amazing designs. For example, this character, right? There's a lot of people generating Instagram characters, and I could be quite interested to just go and check this guy's work and see and show you what he is up to. So if I go and check it out, yeah, he's actually only generated one image, all right? Or at least this is the only image he's made available for everybody to view. Now here, when you go to image generation, I urge you to go for Leonardo Phoenix. And after you go for Leonardo Phoenix, click on more. And as far as the size is concerned, I'm going to go for 2 by 3 inches in terms of size, since that is the most optimal size and the closest to 1,560 by 1,600 by 2,560. Now, I want to generate 4 images at a time with the quality Leonardo Phoenix mode, and I'm using a preset style called Dynamic, and I'm also using the preset Leonardo Phoenix. So make sure you respect those steps, and then paste your description over here, and then you can hit Generate. Now you see it costs us 37 tokens, but if I switch to Alter mode, for instance, just to show you the difference between this new Alter mode's consumption of credits and the quality mode, the Alter mode consumes way too much. I think about close to three times, right? Maybe 2 point something, 2.5 or something like this. Now I'm going to go back to quality mode. The prompt is already basically running. And I want you to go and go to canva.com, then click on create a design. Now, once you click create a design, you would need to go for a specific size. So click custom size. The size which we want to go for is 1,600 by 2,560. As you know, this is the size that Amazon KDP says is best for book covers, or ebook covers, right? And for ebook covers, you only have one side, right, which is the front side. The back side is more for paperbacks and for other types such as hardcovers. So now I think I can name this book cover. So I can name it with the title of the book. So let me scroll up, and I believe I can go back here, right? So this one. Now I'm going to copy the book cover title, and I'm simply going to come back over here and paste it in there. But I'm just going to say ebook cover design. All right. Now over here, I'm going to click, and now I can go back to Leonardo, and you can see what we have here, right? So in a fast amount of time, we have been able to generate some awesome looking covers, right? That could potentially go viral. The Art of Seducing a Cowboy. This one is pretty nice. This one is also pretty good. And then we have some more ebook covers. The Art of Seducing a Cowboy. And then we have this one, The Art of Seducing a Cowboy. All right, so you pick the one that you like. Now, in my case, I think this one is the most, the easiest to read. So I'm going to download it, but I'm only going to download it in order to show you a feature inside of Canva Magic Studio, or features of Canva Magic Studio that can help along with the design in case designs from Leonardo come with wrong text, because sometimes Leonardo can generate text that has grammatical mistakes, right? Like it did here, for example. And so you may want to edit that sometimes. Sometimes you may want to remove certain elements, maybe position certain elements. But I can see over here that it really did capture the essence of the ebook title, right? So I think that if you put this book in front of people here, if they look at it, I believe that they'll most likely would like to maybe read it, especially ladies. Now I'm going to set this as the cover, but I'm not actually going to set it as a cover. I'm going to detach it because even though this is the closest size, but if I actually try to resize it, you can see that there is a gap there, which I can fix by moving this to the center. And now I can use Magic Studio. So if I click edit, I can close in on that gap by using a tool called Magic Expand. And while using Magic Expand, you can select the areas which you want to expand, bottom area, top area. And this, if I click Magic Expand, what it will do is it will proceed to expand those areas by figuring out what would be best to fill those things with, or those areas with, based on the picture, because it's using AI to predict how to best, let's just say, fill those areas in a way that keeps this looking awesome. And you can see that it did fill them, and it is pretty nice. All right, so I can click this one, for instance. This is another option. This is another alternative. This is also another alternative. But I believe the first one is good, so I'll go with it, and I'll click done. Now, other things you can do is you can click edit, and you can basically use the magic grab tool, for example, if you want to, and you can grab the character herself, right? So if I click, now I will be able to grab the character as well as the horse in the back, but I shall not be grabbing the character. I'll leave her there by clicking. I want to grab this horse because it's actually pretty small and people won't be able to see it. But if I grab that horse with that cowboy over there, I could actually make him a little bit bigger as to make him a little bit more relevant, right? Because this is about the art of seducing a cowboy. It's obviously a lady that's trying to, get into a relationship with a cowboy. Now, let me zoom in for a second, and I would like to click this particular cowboy and maybe just increase the size just enough that people will be able to see the horse in the back. Now, at least we can see him, right? Not very big, but we can at least see him. Now I'm going to click on the cover itself, and I'm going to click edit. And here, first off, I'm going to go to the adjustment area, and I'm going to auto adjust. Now, if I scroll down, I can add some sharpness and some clarity, some saturation, some black colors, some white colors. I can also decrease the contrast a little bit. I can add a little bit of brightness, some highlights, some shadows, some whites, and so on and so forth. And then now we have a pretty beautiful looking cover. But then again, you can see that the author name needs to be changed. So if I click edit here, you also have an option which is called magic erase, that you can erase the text by clicking magic erase, or you can just simply click grab text, which I think is a much better option for this case. Now, make sure you zoom out, and you can see over here that it picks the text, but I recommend that you don't pick text with special fonts, because if you do, it's going to extract it, but it's not going to keep the same font for that text. It's actually going to put it in a different font. And let me show you a use case. So if I zoom in, now it's true that this text now has been extracted, but if I go back, watch the difference in terms of the fonts. And if I go back in, you can see the difference. Now, you can change the title of the author now. So for example, you can say Ron Hamza, just for fun. And here, by author, you don't need to make it bigger, and you can just leave it like that. You can also go to effects if you want to, and you can add a shadowy effect to kind of like make it a little bit relevant. And then that's it. Now we can go ahead and download this as a design, and we can turn it into a 3D mockup. But first of all, let me just download it, and I can show you a way inside of Canva now without using playsets that you can use in order to create mockups in case you want to use them for promotional purposes. So if I click on add page, now I can drag this. Now it's going to be dragged as a new image, right? Edited and everything. And with a Canva app inside Canva, it can help you out create some beautiful mockups. So first of all, let's drag it here. Now I'm going to click edit, and basically there's the apps and there's the mockup apps. If you click on the mockups, you can see that we have a bunch of mockups. And if you click on print, it's going to take us to the print mockups. And what I'm basically mostly interested with is to actually pick a mockup with a 3D ebook. So basically, I will go for this one. And what that will do is it will basically go forward, and it will turn this into a 3D mockup of an ebook. Okay. Now it's working on it. Okay. So let's just wait a second. Once it does, it will be able to provide us with a 3D mockup just to see what this book will look like. You can also control the positioning of this. I think that I need to increase the size a little bit more as to fit the entire book, and maybe position it a little bit to the top. Then also I need to click the color itself of the background. I want to make it black and apply the changes. And these changes are going to apply. And while they're getting applied, I can just resize this cover. And you can see how nice this looks, right? So this looks really good. And if we go full screen, yeah, it's a pretty viral cover. I mean, I would believe if some people will look at this, they will say, okay, that's very interesting. The art of seducing a cowboy, it's very relevant, and all of that was by using AI. And of course, you can do the exercise for other books as well. So your exercise right now is to go ahead and maybe take other book covers and try to, use this tool now. Now it's going to make your life significantly easier. If you're into deep and hard design, you can use Canva only to design your covers. It will make them great, but you can make them better by using this simple technique that I've taught you here. And that's why we've added this as an update. And be sure to let us know what you think about this course in the Q&A section. Also, make sure you rate this course if you haven't so far. Also, let us know what you'd like us to create a next update about. Maybe something that you're struggling with when it comes to creating romance novels. And I'll make sure that I basically check that and see what we can do about it. So Passive Income Gen Z wishing you the best and signing out.